Hey Aries, welcome to Infinite Light. My name is Shawnee. I am going to be doing a love reading for you and your person, most specifically the Gemini in your life that you came to this reading for, okay? So this could be their sun sign or their Venus sign. If this doesn't resonate, you can always check out their Venus sign. This is a 12-part series, so I'm going to be going all the way from Aries to Pisces, your person, okay? This is Aries centered as the collective, but I do welcome cross watchers. Sometimes the roles can be reversed as I'm talking about you and this person. Sometimes you can switch it up. I'm an adult and I am talking to adults. So this is what I need from you, okay? I need you to use your own discernment, your own connection to divine and source and your higher self, your goals in your life, and your own experience to make the decisions for your life. Do not let tarot make those decisions for you. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm a storyteller and I am a conduit for source. I am a vessel and messages come through me to you, but you have that same connection and that same ability to do so if it is that you want to. So you can definitely call on your higher self as we go through this reading to help you really discern what's going on and what's coming out of the cards, okay? So what are we doing? Aries and Gemini? Let's go. Spirit, thank you for your presence. Thank you for your energy. Allow me to speak clearly and concisely in this message. Should anything negative pop up, immediately return it to sender. I don't want it on me and I don't want it on the viewer. I definitely don't want it in my household. Aries to Gemini. Aries to Gemini. I sounded like Aries to Gemini. Aries to Gemini. What do we have collectively going on between the Aries and Gemini? What is the shared energy between the Aries and their Gemini, please? Admire. Admire. Look at that. Admire. The Admire card. There's an emotional bond between you and this Gemini, and it's staying in this positive energy. It's like both of y'all are looking at each other as a bright light in your lives. Let's see. How does the Gemini feel about the Aries collective? How does the Gemini feel about the Aries collective? Street. Exhibit. I get it now. How does the, thank you. I'm not taking those. There's a whole bunch of cards that flew out. How does the Aries feel about shadow? Hold on. Can I get one more card about how the Aries feels about the Gemini collective? Apple. Well, then, so if I have two cards for the Aries, can I get one card for the Sing? This is so interesting because the word song comes out for mutual energy and then Sing comes out for the Gemini's energy. And this is my cell phone card here. So I feel like there is a Gemini who is somehow watching you, Aries. And if there were no walls and if they were being completely honest, they would sing your praises. They would tell other people just how much they admire the Aries. What's interesting though, and I'm going to get clarification specifically on this shadow card, how you feel, Aries, about the Gemini is shadow and apple. It can be that you feel like this Gemini is watching you with this shadow card. The apple card is, it's almost giving me the High Priestess card with this wisdom, in that you know more than you let on with this. So it could be that the Gemini has a crush on you, Aries, and you know, but you're not. You're just kind of letting it play out. Let's see what's going on between the Aries and their Gemini. Sun in the reverse. So maybe not everything is chopped up. Let's see what's going on between Aries and Gemini. What's going on between Aries and Gemini, their person? The Ace of Swords in the upright. Tell me about this Ace of Swords, please. The Three of Wands in the reverse. I feel like the Gemini has a crush on the Aries, or holds the Aries in high regard, but they're not saying anything. And like I said it before, especially with the Ace of the Ace of Swords in the upright and the Three of Wands in the reverse. I feel like the Gemini is a little feeling a little bit of a lack mindset when it comes to this connection, Aries, meaning like they just don't feel like they're good enough. Like they can't match your energy. With the Three of Wands in the reverse, I'm getting that it says hyper competitive. Tell me more about this hyper competitive, please. Because that is an Aries card, this Three of Wands. So, because that is another Aries card with the Three of Wands, unless it's very specifically that there's three people. There's you, the Aries, and then there's another Aries that you mess with, fuck with, whatever, that you hang around or something like that. And this Gemini feels like they have to compete with the other Aries to get to you, or this Gemini feels like they're competing with you directly. So it could be like a work competition. Hold on. This is so interesting. The Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. This person is delusional. Am I wrong? Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. Aries, you are dealing with a slightly delusional Gemini that watches you, and you know that they watch you. You know that they watch you, and you know that they're either competing with you, or they feel like they're competing with other people for your attention. With the Three of Pentacles in the reverse and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. How does the Aries, Ten of Swords. I was about to say, how does the Aries feel about the Gemini? And then I get Ten of Swords in the upright. Aries, why are you watching this reading? If you know that this person ain't all they're cracked up to be, why are you watching this reading about them? Why are you wasting your energy and your time? I just want to know the answer to that question. Honestly, because you already know that this person tried to play you. And you already know that this person is playing themselves. So there isn't a mutual admiration. At one point in time, you probably did admire this Gemini, but not so much anymore. No, sir. Especially, listen, the Ten of Swords in the upright and then the Page of Swords in the reverse. You don't want them in your energy. So why are you watching this video? You don't want them watching you. You don't want them talking to you. You're being super defensive about it. What happened? That's what I want to know. The Lovers in the reverse. What happened? It became imbalanced. Probably because this person was constantly competing with you. I feel like you saw them for what they were. At one point you admired this Gemini. At one point you did, but you saw them for what they were. What's going on? What's happening currently between, what's the current energy? What's happening currently between the Aries and their Gemini person that they're watching this reading about? The Five of Cups in the upright. Goodness. Ew, why are you watching this reading about them? Why are you watching this reading? What's causing all these blocks between Aries and this Gemini person that they're watching this reading about? Crosswatcher A, take it as it resonates. Resignates. Maybe you should resignate. Maybe you should leave the Aries alone. I said resignate as opposed to resonate. Gemini, maybe you should leave the Aries alone. I'm going to just let you know, Gemini, just like a word of advice. And for the Aries watching this, if you haven't watched your June reading, bruh, Go watch it now. Like, seriously, watch it, because I'm about to spit some stuff right here. In the month of June, the Aries is supposed to be approached by a situation to where the Aries has been advised by spirit to take the higher road. So the Aries has been advised not to pop off at this person, to not go crazy with this person, to not dumb themselves down for this person, to not cuss this person out. So you should just stay away from the Aries. Aries, if you haven't watched your June reading, go ahead and do so. What's causing this? What's blocking positive energy between these two? Get out now. This isn't me. This is spirit. Spirit is saying you knew you've been... The wool has come off of your eyes about this connection. And it's sad because at one point you had so much hope for this connection, Aries. You did. Go through your mourning stage of grief for that hope that you had, and forgive yourself for maybe potentially holding this person in high regard. But they've showed you their true colors. They've showed you their true colors. What advice do you have? What advice do you have for the Aries, please? What advice do you have for the Aries in this connection? Six of Cups in the upright. You know, this could be somebody that you've known for a very long time. Like a very long time. Since you were a kid. And you for years have held this person in very high regard. Years! The unfortunate thing is that it was a facade. It was a mask. This entire time. And depending on when, you met this person, you just might have not been mature enough. Your brain might have not even been completely developed enough to really be able to see this person's true colors. Depending on how long you've known this person for, since you were like a kid or in your adolescence or your young 20s. And the unfortunate thing is sometimes our brain takes snapshots of people and it doesn't evolve. You just remember them as being this person, and you always kind of picture them as being this person, no matter how old you get. But no, Spirit is saying, nope, we showed you. So this is saying, like, heal that original version, and forgive yourself for being so nostalgic when you thought about this person. Yeah. All right, one more card of advice for the Aries and their Gemini connection. One more card of advice for the Aries and this Gemini connection. Forgive. It says forgive. I literally said that. Did I not say that? Did I not say that? Wait for it. Boom. Forgive. I said that. You heard me, right? Love and relationships. It says forgive. Whenever you're in conflict with somebody, it really says this. It's so awesome. I love it. Whenever you're in conflict with someone, don't hold on to your feelings of anger or resentment. Send your love to that person and think of them with wholehearted love. This will open the door to reconciliation and or forgiveness if that's what you want. If that's what you want. But here's the thing about the reconciliation. Okay? 2 messages, listen to both of them carefully, because people sometimes they don't be listening to me, or they invent whatever they want to hear, right? The first part is the reconciliation with this person could happen, but they first have to acknowledge their fault. They first have to acknowledge that they weren't, like, even with it, if they don't say this with you, they have to acknowledge that they were holding and wearing a facade, a mask, that they were masking. And I'm burping, so this is a release of negative energy, that they were being super low vibe, being part of the problem. And then they have to heal themselves. If you reconcile with somebody and they come to you, and I said this in the last reading, and they come to you with an apology Great. Thank you for the apology, but I need to see change in your action. But at this point, I feel like that might not even be a thing. So don't hold on to an idea of reconciliation with this person. Everybody has their own free will. And healing is hard. And self-acknowledgement and growth is hard, like super hard. So the second part of this is the reconciliation can be with that part of you that was lost or that was hurt the most. Because when this person's mask finally came off, that's potentially like years, especially with the Six of Cups. That's potentially like years of this person wearing a mask. And so then that means that you're left with the reality of what even was this connection if this person was this way the whole entire time and I just didn't even know it. So that means that you have to go back and reconcile with yourself and say, it's okay. It is what it is. You can't change the past. Right now, let's just work through healing our present and calling in a better life for our future. All right, Aries. Sometimes it's a harsh reality. Life is lifing for you and this connection with this Gemini. I get it. But I'm sending you the vibration of healing, and I'm sending you the vibration of strength, and I'm sending you the vibration of release of fear. Fear not, baby. You got this. I promise you do. If you want a personal reading, that information is down below. If this is where we part, I enjoy your time, and I'm thanking you for trusting me with it. See you soon. Bye.